So hello everyone and welcome. So I'm extra excited today, and if you have taken a peek at any of the daily living videos in my playlist, then you know that I struggle with eczema. Okay, so I have a situation here to where I've decided that I wanted to challenge myself a little bit. During the winter time, my eczema flares up a lot during the winter. My skin becomes very dry. It becomes very hard to manage. And I do use chemical, topical lotion, okay, medical topical lotion. And I also heal my body from within, okay? But I wanted to challenge myself a little bit, and I have cut back on using my topical lotion, and I'm going to push myself to heal myself a little bit more from the inside naturally, which means that it's not just about drinking the teas. It's really about like pushing myself to work out, because when we sweat, that helps a lot with my eczema as well, or eczema if you have eczema. Okay, and taking in more foods that have iron in them. Okay, so seafood is a good source, okay, of iron. I love seafood. Okay, so but we're going to work on these teas. I'm going to work on my tea. So I have my saffron, I have my butterfly tea, I have my dandelion herb, I have yarrow, and I have this collagen supplement, excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to get started with the yarrow first. Okay, so I'm so excited because, saffron is a really hard herb to find. It's a really hard herb to find. And then it's even harder with trying to find it at a good price, a decent price. Okay, it's very expensive, right? But it's very valuable. Okay, saffron is the #1 herb that we're going for here. I could just drink straight saffron tea. Okay, and in between throughout the day, that's what I'm going to do. But I do like to add other herbs, to my teas. And, people do say there is, some saying that you can't mix certain herbs and things like that. And some of that is true. But in my own personal observation, and from my experiences, making teas and helping other people, it has rang to be not true. So, hey, whatever. All right, so what I'm going to start off with here first is the yarrow, and I'm going to show you that just a little bit. Okay, I have a big spoon, so I'm just going to put that. I have my trusty cup here, and I have my filter. So now what I'm going to go in with is the dandelion root. Okay, I'm not going to use too much of that. All right, so I'm going to, oh, wait a minute. You can't be dropping the herbs, girl. Okay. So just a little bit. Maybe I didn't have enough. Maybe that's what the ancestors were trying to tell me, right? Okay, so I'm going to put that in there. Okay, so I'm using not all of them, but I'm using herbs and flowers that do well for skin. Okay, so I have my butterfly tea. So I'm just going to take these, you see these? I'm just going to take these little petals here. All right, now I'm going to go in with my saffron. And And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take, you know, this much, just about, you know, that's quite a bit. Okay, I'm just going to drop it in there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my collagen supplement. Ooh. All right, you see that? I'm spilling it all over the place here. I'm just going to add that to there. Collagen is really good for skin. All of the herbs here in which that I have, they contribute to skin. Saffron is the #1 though. Saffron is our #1. Okay. So, and as a sweetener today, what I'm going to be using honey. I usually use raw cane sugar, but I figured that I would switch it up today. So I'm going to put some honey in there. Okay. Just so you can see that. That is quite a bit. But, you know, honey doesn't sweeten as well as raw cane sugar. You know, you have to use a little more honey. Okay, so now I'm going to add my hot water. And I usually let my teas, well, I usually let them seep until the tea cools down. But I usually advise people anywhere from like 4 to 6 minutes. But with the saffron here, I'm going to let it seep for about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, which basically is pretty much when the tea is going to be cooled down and it's going to be enough for me to drink. So the #1 thing that I love about my teas is that I love to play around with the color. Okay, so whew, hot. So we have that. We have our tea, and I'm just gonna let it seep, and I am going to let it soak. I'm gonna just let everything take well. Okay, so I have a specialty tea that I have created, and I call it my beauty tea. It is a tea in which that targets a lot of the skin, but also nail and hair, but it more so really targets the skin on the face. Okay, so that is pretty much going to wrap up our video for today. If you are interested in my beauty tea, then you can head on over to my Patreon at Tell Me Your Story 176, and I have a tutorial. You can purchase the tutorial on how to make the tea, or if you would like to contact me, you can contact me, and I will make and package the tea for you myself. Okay? But until the next time, it was nice talking to you, and happy sipping.